Hello, my name is CurseForge and welcome back to Omnifactory playthrough. As we can see, everything is lit up, and that is because I am crafting 8 tier 10s at the moment. So we used quite a bit of resources there, so we are just kind of filling everything back up. I haven't finished doing the item frames yet, but as we can see, I use like 30,000 of those and 100,000 of those, 8,000, 5,000. Lots and lots of resources for those tier 10s, obviously. But yeah, these will all start, lights will all start turning off pretty soon. Yeah, which is pretty cool. I'm just noticing those aren't. Those going up. Thought they would. Wonder if. No, because they both have. Yeah. No, it's not. Interesting. Like I did something. All right. Ooh. Ah, I never even thought about that. Yep. We have power problems. Because I don't think I've ever crafted that much up at once, to be honest. We'll try this since I don't have any draconic and the things are kind of busy at the moment. I think a wyvern should be fine. I could be wrong though. Yeah, that's the right place. The other one was wyvern, so. Right. That's still a power problem. And that still is a power problem. Unless I've done something weird here. No, there it goes. It's probably filling up all the buffers, although that is still struggling. Why are all these struggling? I have 16. I think there's just too many working, to be honest. Although, wouldn't this be running out? Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it. Eventually they'll all, fill up. A lot of these are turned off, so. Yeah, that's probably why. A lot of these are trying to run. But, alright. I will, once... Yeah. I mean, I guess I could try. No crafting CPUs available. Yeah, I am, I am using a heck of a lot of those. You have something like... How many? Every single one of these is being used? That's pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever actually gotten to that point. But yeah, we're crafting all the parts for the... We're crafting all the tier 7s, tier 8s. We are really pushing our... we're pushing our base to the limit here, which is pretty fun, actually. Yeah, looks like every single one is full. It's crazy. I'm assuming one of these is probably... No, that's the 16 of those. Yeah, this one is the 8 tier 10s. Alright, like I said, I will fix that. That look weird. Apparently that I made the ceiling higher. I guess I made the ceiling higher because of that. Yeah, it looks a bit weird, doesn't it? I don't like that. I'll have to fix that. But we'll fix that once I get a lot of this stuff crafted up. Anyway, the reason we're crafting up tier 10s, we're crafting up so many of them, is because I have been crafting up a lot of Heart of the Universes. And yeah, so I just crafted 8 up at once, and just to see how many I could do at once, and 8 did work, but obviously the 8 hearts, everything you need for that, and then on top of all the different tier 10s and tier 7s, it was a bit much for the A system to handle. So I just pulled out the crafting card for those. Wait, how did that happen? That's a bit weird, right? That is very strange. Something weird going on there. Is that even... How is that... Is that a thing? Oh, I didn't want that to happen. Is that a thing that can happen? That it can put a different item in there? That's kind of funny. Alright, we are apparently breaking A, is what is happening. That definitely appears. We're getting some funny things going on here with AE. Yeah, I'm like, that's weird. I did change this to a priority at 10. Because when I was putting stuff in the A system, if I put like field generators in, it wasn't going in the slot, even though it needed some. But maybe that is causing the issue. But I've never seen that happening before. I've never seen it put an item in that slot that it didn't belong there. So I don't know. Yeah, so we'll just let that run for a little bit here. As we can see, our Draconic room is chugging along with all the dislocators. I also added even more on the end. It was kind of annoying that I only had 6. I like doing stuff in groups of 8, you know, because stuff stacks to 64. So, and that is status sign, isn't it? Seeing them all go at once. That is rather satisfying. There's a couple that are off, but yeah, so I added 6 more in the end, so we have 8, 8, 8. Probably, spoiler alert, gonna extend this, do 8 more. So we have, you know, we do half a stack. Each process is half a stack. Do we need to? No, not at all. This is plenty. But, you know, for the fun of it, why not have 32? I actually don't know. Yeah. So 300, we're, yeah, crafting up about 1,000. But, yeah. Anyway, that is kind of what I am doing at the moment. So let me let all this stuff kind of craft up. I could probably start doing some other stuff, but, you know, there's no point in, like, overloading my A system and laying out my world. So, I'll just let that run, you know. I'll go do something else, and we'll come back in a little bit. All right, we are back. Gone ahead and finished up all those tier 8s or tier 10s, and one of there's 2 backups or 2 bottlenecks, and one of them, you may see it over here, is the Dilithium, because one tier 10, and find it. I think it's about, there it is. Yeah, 2,100 dilithium blocks, and since these microminers are quite slow, that takes a very long time to craft up. So what I've done is done a recipe, 1 miner, 1 chest, 1 thing for a stack of dilithium, and we'll put that in there, always active. And I think let's get this passively crafting. I really should move these things to downstairs, but I just haven't. So they're kind of a bit awkwardly placed. We're going off like these cables, so we're powering it from this. The tier 1s doesn't really matter because they don't use a lot of power, but yeah. So we don't need to do that. Oh my goodness. Alright, so that is that. I should be able to... I just realized I have a recipe over here, don't I? I didn't have to do another recipe. Do we have a recipe in here? Yeah. I already had a recipe for it. Alright, yeah, the reason I crafted up a third was because if we have this running permanently, then I can't use one of these at all because they clash. And one of the things I was needing them for were tier 3s for all the ruby dust we need. And I was finding if you put a gemstone sensor in here, if like these go in here, with this, they clash with this one. So instead of getting the dilithium that we needed, we were getting this recipe. And we occasionally need quartzite as well, so I need to do a recipe for that. So that's why I wanted to have one specifically for the gemstone, the gemstones. And I may end up, if we need another recipe that doesn't require, do we need that? No, we never do this one. But if there is something with that, I can always just throw it in that one. I wonder if this would be a faster. I'm just noticing that. I'll have to think about that. Right now we get them from tier 1s just because they're cheap. But if we get 4 at once, that might go a bit faster. All right, I'm gonna have to think about that. Oh, I forgot to fill that up. I'm just gonna do... How do I can't remember. Do I just do... I guess we'll do a tank. Or do we do... No, I think we actually do... We export this stuff in, I think. I remember. And I wish there was a wireless fluid thing, but I believe it is disabled. Yeah, there's no like wireless fluid, I don't think. Yeah, just the crafting. Alright, rocket. Oh. Alright, and then I think I will just auto with a crafting card. I think the dilithium. I think that's how I'll do it. Alright, that did. I thought I put those in. I was like, why is that going so slow? Yeah, I think it's running. It used up some of that. So, all right. Yeah, let's do a crafting card with an export bus. I think those crafting card and dilithium dust, I think will do. The only problem with this is, I believe, yeah, if this is running permanently, we're not going to be able to do that. Although, yeah, this may not. I may get an issue with the draconium, but we'll see. All right, export that crafting card like that. I think that will, yeah, it's crafting up. Wait, that's not what I wanted. What am I doing? That's not what I wanted. I wanted the crafting card on the autoclave. I'm getting myself mixed up here. So there is an autoclave right there. So I left that. I don't need that export bus on there, but we'll leave it. All right, this is what I want. So I think isn't there dilithium in there? Should craft up the dilithium, shouldn't it? Alright, why aren't you working? That's why. Because I couldn't I put the wrong thing in there. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now it's working. So there's that. And then when it runs out, I believe once it goes through all this, I think it'll craft up a new thing, won't it? I feel like I should know how this works. I use crafting cards all the time. I'm pretty sure if that's 2 steps away, like to get the dilithium dust, we need the ore. And I think the crafting card with this it'll do the, like if I do that, is it going to craft up? Yes, there we go. All right, that's what I thought. So, all right, we'll do that. And then I think what we'll do is send this stuff directly into a chest, and we'll just let this passively craft. I also added gears because I was trying to craft up, I can't remember what I was. The hearts use a lot of the, no, not the hearts, the infinity ingots. Yeah, these eternal catalysts use a lot of those, and yeah, so I did that. I do have an empty one down here. We'll just do, it's basically just, it's not going to stop anything, but it's just kind of an indicator if we are low on something. So there. That should... It should put the dilithium in there, right? Yeah. All right, there we go. So I'll let that run, and then the other one that is the bottleneck is the chaos shards. Now these take a very long time to craft up because it's a tier 7 and tier 8. Let me figure out how I want to do this, and we'll come back. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of change here. Instead of having the crafting card on this one, I think I'm going to put it on the macerator. So we're going to take that off. So we can, I don't think it really matters, but throw that in there. And we'll have it, the crafting card on this one. because if we remember, the acceleration cards affect the crafting that. So if I just do that, and I think that will like craft up. Will it craft up multiple things, or is it going to say like, oh, 64? That's enough. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if that's kind of a. Let's cancel that. That was a weird amount. All right. Well, that turned on. That tells me it's crafting up more. Oh, that's that. Oh, yeah. So it's only going to do one. I was kind of hoping if I did it in here, it would craft up more than one. But it looks like it's only going to do one at a time. All right. Why don't we... I have an idea. Why don't we trick the A system? Yes, this is what we'll do. So the A system thinks one microminer is going to get you 64. What ends if we tell it one of them only gets it 8 or something like that? Although it does look like it's... I don't want it to be empty. I don't like that, is what I am trying to avoid. I would like it to be full. So why don't we... I do... Man, I wish we didn't need the exact amount. That makes this awkward. Oh, right. Oh, there we go. Why don't we do... Let's see what happens if I do that. I don't mind if this is completely full of... Yeah, let's do that and we'll see. If this doesn't work, we will switch it back. Because, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's, it'll slowly build up. I would rather not have... I don't want it to be empty ever. I just want it to be always running, basically. I know that's cheating, but... Alright, so... That. Let's see what happens if it... I'm just curious if that's going to affect how much it crafts with the acceleration card. I feel like it's not going to. It's just going to craft up. No. It's still doing the one. Interesting. Alright, but I like it on there anyway. But, wait, no, it's crafting up. I think it was crafting up 4 there. Is it? I think it actually worked the way I spent a whole lot of time on Dilithium today, but I mean, it's kind of important at the moment, so I actually don't mind. All right, no, it is crafting up multiple ones. All right. I mean, this is gonna just eventually just completely fill up, and that's fine. But we'll leave it and see if we run into an issue. If it causes lag or some unforeseen lag or something, we shall see. All right, that is that. Still gotta figure out what I want to do with chaos shards. That might be a little more difficult, automating those. Okay, we are back, and I realized that I was producing way more dilithium dust than the lithium crystals. So I've gone ahead and crafted up a ZPM autoclave to speed that process up now. This will, once these kind of get going, it'll be fine. Should be. It was running like permanently earlier. Well, I'll just leave it. Yeah, because we were producing more, and it's because I kind of tricked the A system. But as we can see, we are getting a ton of the dilithium. It's coming in pretty fast, way faster than I actually thought it was going to be. The next part, I'm going to need, I need a whole bunch of these ultimate power storage. And if we remember, the Energium, well, actually I pulled the recipe out, but yeah, these take forever to craft up. And the Lapitron crystals take a ton of lapis or lazurite. Now I had a whole bunch of lazurite, so I used the lazurite, but I've kind of run out of that. So I've gone ahead and pulled out that recipe and put a recipe in for the lapis instead. And then I've gone ahead and added a recipe for the lapis ore. And I've also added a recipe to get the lapis ore from the dense lapis, and I've done a recipe for that as well. So that will do that, and eventually we are going to get a ton of lazurite from the processing all that. So once I, get a large amount of lazurite, if we need it, I'll just switch the recipe again to use the lazurite. But I think I was kind of like debating whether I wanted to do this or not, but I think I actually will. I think I will speed up the Engirium. Now I had some issues with that's not what I want to do. I want to set this first. That's kind of weird. I want to set this to, I need ruby dust, which we have set up, and was it redstone? I can't remember. I think it's that Energium 5 and 4. Wait, 9 and 9? I didn't realize that was the recipe. That is, that's more complicated than Gregtech New Horizons. Gregtech New Horizons is 5 ruby and 4 redstone, I think. So, Omnifactory more difficult than Gregtech New Horizons, confirmed. Alright, well, that's kind of funny. There are a couple things that are more difficult in Omnifactory than Gregtech New Horizons, which kind of makes me laugh. But, like what I was saying was, I was trying to do, I'm just copying the recipes here. I'm like, did I just erase those? No. These are acting funny. I think I just need to clear them. Yeah. All right, we'll do that. Put that one in there. Copy. Copy. There we go. So I do. Yeah. I tried to do this with the circuit boards, and I found I had an issue. Like, it wasn't, I had the limited items on there, but it was sometimes screwing up with the amounts. So I'm gonna try this again over here and see if it works. I have a bit of a feeling it's not actually going to, unfortunately. Maybe I need to, because this is 64 items, like, I don't know, we'll see. But that should, yeah, only put that much in. And yeah, we'll see. If not, I may do what I did over here, which is just craft up multiple recipes. It doesn't work all the time. As we saw, only one was running. But if I'm crafting up like 5,000 circuit boards, then it'll end up using all of them. So we shall see how this works, because I really don't know if this is going to work. I feel like it's not, but it'll be good to see. I'm going to turn all those off. I should turn those off as well, but all right. So if I do that, not unsurprising. If I do 1,000, or how about 500? All right. Well, that's what I was ending up with was one. See, no. Well, I don't know. Yep, there we go. See, it happened. I ended up with one. It's like, and I don't know how to change that with these. It's not treating these as one thing, basically. So yeah, I don't know how to I don't know. It works. I do that in the wetware room and it does work in that room, but that is because I think I'm pulling from multiple inventories, I think. So if I'm pulling from the same inventory, like I have a thing on the back, but it's pulling stem cells from there, and it's pulling, you know, those from there. It's not pulling them from the same thing. And these are slow. So like, this is blocking it from adding more. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that, to be honest. Unless I do... Unless I kind of did the same thing, which would be one chest of... I don't know if this would... Like, I don't even know if this is like... Is this really, like, worth it? Or would I... Is it just easier to copy this and put it in 5 things? I think that's just easier. But anyway, that is about it for this episode. I have just a kind of like a lot of crafting basically, and I just need to get lots of hearts and infinity ingots and catalysts, and a lot of this stuff is just crafting, which isn't super exciting. I'm trying to show kind of like where I'm expanding the base and improving and bottlenecks. So if you are playing the pack, you'll kind of have an idea of what to expect. But we're definitely getting to the part where it's kind of like there's not a whole lot of new stuff to show, basically. Let's try this again here. How about 1,000? See, now this will work. This will just fill it all up with the exact amount, and then, yeah. Well, that's much quicker than it was before, if we remember how slow that was. All right, but pretty happy with that. And that tore through all that. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty glad I decreased that. So, what is it? Ultimate. I wonder if I have enough for 8. Do. All right. Well, as we can see, we're getting 8 more. That'll give me enough for the oh my goodness, what am I trying to say? The creative energy cells that we're going to need. Moving forward, we need 2 more of these, so that will knock that off. And unfortunately, that is a bit of a problem. As we can see, that is one reason you don't really want to do it that way. With multiple recipes, AE doesn't split them up very well. Like, why did it pick these two? But, yeah. I'll just leave it. I don't know. Yeah, it's like... Well, that's fine. Well, now that's filling up. Maybe it'll start filling up other ones. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so it'll slowly, you know, as it gets there, it'll probably fill in the rest. I could help it with the redstone, although I really should, if I had that in a compressor, it would be... What if that would help? Yeah, that's gonna help. Anyway, yeah, let me wrap that up here, and we'll come back next episode, and hopefully we'll get a couple new parts. But like I said, this is just kind of a lot of crafting. Just manually, nothing super exciting there. Nothing really exciting there. We've done a lot of the stuff, but yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today, so thanks for watching, and have a good one.